Hello and welcome to our chair yoga practice. Today, as I'm recording this, it is the full moon in November of 2023, and the full moon in November is also called the beaver moon. Right. And what do we associate with beavers? Right. Getting really busy and right. They're, chewing things down and building their home, and they're just busy as a beaver, right? Busy, busy, busy. So another name for this full moon, the beaver moon, is industrious intentions. That's going to be a little bit of our focus today as we move through our practice. But first, just a little bit about what we're going to do today. We'll be doing some moon salutations. So typically when we move through a yoga sequence, what's very commonly known, or what more common movements, is a sun salutation. So a sun salutation, just as when we move through our days, is very linear, forward and back, right? Like pretty much everything we do as we move through our day is forward and back, that kind of movement. Today, we're going to be doing things out laterally. And the intention for the practice is to create kind of a grounded sense of energy. So many of you have, I'm sure, experienced this during a full moon. We tend to have a lot of phonetic energy, like up here, right? Like maybe emotionally we're a little off, or maybe people around you, or things just happen and you're all of a sudden like, oh, that's right, it's the full moon, right? Emergency rooms tend to be busier. There's a lot of different little craziness and things that go on. So today our practice is meant to be grounding, and we're going to get out of that linear pattern, and we're going to do things more laterally. So as a kind of a representation of what we're working toward, the energy of the moon is represented by our emotions and our inner world. So a lot of times during a full moon practice or a new moon, we're invited to kind of go into our inner world, to recede a little bit. And the sun energy is related to the physical world, our outside world. So our practice today is to kind of bridge the gap between the two and find some balance. Okay, so that's kind of where we're going. Go ahead and pull up a comfortable seat. Make sure that your chair is nice and steady. It's not going to slip or slide around. I've got mine sitting up on top of my yoga mat. And position yourself so your heels are about underneath your knees, sit bones are firmly on your chair, and we're sitting up nice and tall. Yeah, as you sit up tall, you can rest the hands on the thighs or in the lap. If it's comfortable for you, as you take your next exhalation, allow your eyes to softly close. Right, as your eyes close, your attention moves into that inner world, the inner landscape. So take a moment and notice what's going on there. What is it to be in your physical body in this moment? Maybe mentally scan from head to toe and notice what's there, what draws your attention. Maybe you notice the physical sensation of tightness or holding or gripping. Can you soften the shoulders down? Notice the grounding sensation of your sit bones on the chair, of your feet on the floor. And then allow your awareness to expand from there. Notice any emotions that might be rising or thoughts. You're not judging anything we discover today, but just noticing. And now let your awareness now rest with your breath. Just watching your breath as it moves in and it moves out. So typically when we arrive at a full moon in my yoga practices, in my teachings, I will invite my students to set an intention that you can use and revisit throughout this full moon cycle. So an intention could be a word, a phrase, an image, a felt sense. Relating to something or a way you see yourself being in the world, a way you see yourself interacting with the world. Maybe for you today, or for this moon cycle, is more stability, more groundedness, maybe more flexibility or love or compassion. Choose something that resonates with you. And then as well, when we're setting an intention for something that we're calling in, I'll remind you that our intention isn't something that we think about just once, right? We need to continue to bring it into our thoughts to allow it to manifest in our life. Jokingly, I say it's kind of like a fake it till you make it idea, right? We're telling ourselves these words until we start to believe it, until we manifest that in our life. But there's also a flip side of that. So we can certainly call things in to manifest in our life, but there also needs to be a bit of letting go. Letting go of the things that don't serve that intention, that don't serve your greatest good or the way that you see yourself in the world. So let's set our intention today kind of like a two-sided coin. So on the one side, whatever our positive intention is, what are you calling into your life? What are you cultivating? And then is there something that you have that you're holding on to that maybe doesn't serve that intention, that greater good? Maybe it's self-judgment or doubt or criticism. What could you let go of to make room for that which you're calling in? So remembering the beaver moon also be coined industrious intentions. This time urges us to channel our inner industrious spirit, fostering a sense of purpose and intention as we prepare for the winter ahead, just like that busy beaver. So think about your intention as well as the flip side as a way of being resourceful and making the necessary changes, the letting go, so that you can call in what it is that you want, what you desire, the way you see yourself. And softly blink the eyes open, and we'll begin our physical practice here. So take a moment, look back down at your feet. Let's welcome your feet in, get really grounded. You might wiggle the feet around, maybe pick up the heels or pick up the toes, maybe heel toe the feet apart. You might invert and evert, kind of roll the ankles in or out. Right, you might even pick them up and roll those ankles around. Just kind of wake up the legs a little bit. Sometimes I like to do is just give the feet a little tap in and out, side to side. We will be seated the whole practice today, but that doesn't mean that we're not using the legs. Our legs are going to be what keeps us really grounded. So we find a little more freedom and movement through the upper body. So again, we are going to be doing some twists and some lateral bends. So it's really important for our practice, especially if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, that we're getting as much length as we possibly can in the spine before we do those movements, okay? Laterally or twisting, you want to make all that space, and then as well engage your abdominals to kind of create that intra-abdominal pressure to protect the spine, okay? All right, we'll start with just some simple warm-ups here. Let's take the hands and bring them out onto your kneecaps. And as you inhale, we'll lift the chest, might even turn your gaze to look up for a cow pose. And as you exhale, tuck the tailbone and reach the spine back. Navel is squeezing back toward your spine. Let's inhale, lift the chest, nice and gentle and easy, and exhale, round. And we don't need to make the movement super big. Just feel some opening in the spine and start to move a bit with your breath. Right? As you inhale, the chest is opening, the heart lifting. As you exhale, navel is squeezing back towards your spine. Good. Let's take one more just like that, following your own breath. And inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale up nice and tall. Root down through the feet. Find those sit bones. Let's take this into a gentle twist. Left hand will cross over to the right thigh. Take your right hand and reach back behind you. Find the chair somewhere. Now stay facing forward for a moment. Keep your chin in line with your breastbone. Take an inhale. Find even more length in the spine. And as you exhale now, guide yourself into a gentle twist to your right. Once you've twisted the torso, then if you like, turn the head to look over the right shoulder. Now twice with the breath, we'll kind of back out a little bit. So as you inhale, back out of your twist, find more length in the spine. And then as you exhale, retwist. Inhale, back out, find length, exhale, twist. Good. Inhale, untwist, bring yourself all the way back around to the front. Now let's take that twist the other direction. So the right hand crosses over, left hand finds the back of the chair somewhere. Inhale, get really tall in the spine. As you exhale, turn from the center of your heart around to your left. So we'll inhale, back out. Lengthen the spine, exhale, retwist. Do that again. Inhale, back out, find length and retwist. Turn your head back around to the right. The rest of the body follows all the way back around. I always feel like I got to wriggle the ribs around after that. All right, keeping the shoulders down. Let's take an inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, big reach. As you exhale, cactus arms. Lift the heart. Inhale, stretch the arms up tall. Now we'll take cactus arms and at the same time, heel toe your feet apart with the toes pointing out. So goddess pose. Inhale, stretch the arms up tall. Walk the feet back in. As you exhale, cactus arms and walk the feet out. Yeah, let's do that again. Inhale, up tall. Exhale, cactus arms. Beautiful. Inhale, walk everything all the way back up center. Let's take a lateral bend now. Take your hands. Let's take our hands today and we'll do Kali Mudra. So we interlace everything except index fingers. The arms don't need to be fully extended straight, right? Sometimes that kind of cramps up our neck. So keep a little bend in the elbows, right? Doing your best here. Take another inhale, lengthen both sides of the waist. As you exhale, take a lateral bend to your right. So we're stretching the left side of the body. So we'll call this crescent moon. We're going to come back to this in a bit as we do our moon salutations. Inhale, back up tall, and then exhale, take your crescent moon or your lateral bend to your left, stretching the right side of the body. Beautiful. Inhale, back up tall. Let's release the hands, cactus arms, and heel toe the feet apart for goddess pose. Good. Inhale, walk the feet back in as the arms go up. Let's do that again. Interlace except for the index fingers. Take an exhale, lateral bend to your right, stretching the left. Inhale up, lateral bend to the left, stretching the right. Inhale all the way back up. We're going to go to the goddess pose again. Cactus arms as you heel toe your feet apart. Good. All the way up tall. Walk everything back in. And then lower the arms all the way down, back out to those knees. Let's inhale to a cow pose again, arching the spine. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone and round the spine. Inhale up nice and tall. Let's take the arms, stretch them up overhead. And let's hug your right knee in towards your chest this time. So hug the knee in, get a good squeeze in. Let's roll that ankle while we've got the foot lifted. So you can have the hand on the shin or behind, doesn't matter. Make sure you roll both directions. and then point and flex a couple of times. Good. Hold the foot in a flexed position. And let's extend the right leg out and place the heel on the floor. Now I'm turning sideways just so I stay on camera here. So right leg is extended out. Both sit bones are still on the chair. And the leg is extended, but bend the knee just a little bit. I'm going to place two hands stacked on top of one another on the opposite thigh. And then really important here, lengthen your spine. And we're going to hinge at the hips forward over those legs. And just as we did with the twist, let's inhale, back out a little bit. Exhale, rebend. Let's do that again. Inhale, back out, and exhale, move in. Good. Let's inhale, bring yourself all the way upright. Take this right leg now and take the right leg out to the right. So we're stretching it all the way out. So looking for a stretch in the inner thigh and groin on the right side. We'll combine this as well with a lateral bend. Take your right hand to the outside of the thigh. The left arm goes up overhead. Inhale, tall, long spine, and then exhale like you're going up and over a barrel to the left. You can slide, or to the right, sorry. Slide those right fingertips down the leg. Take one more really deep breath into the left side ribs, the left side lung. And inhale all the way back upright. And let's slide that right foot back in so it's underneath the knee. Let's take a big inhale, stretch up tall. This time as you exhale, we'll hug the left knee into the chest. Give it a good hug, a good squeeze in. Again, hand in front or behind, doesn't matter. And let's open up the ankle. Roll it a couple of times. Point and flex. And then hold it in a flexed position. Left leg extends out, heel stays on the ground, but keep that little micro bend in the back of the knee. Hands to the opposite thigh for support. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, reach the heart forward over those legs. Now twice we're going to back out. Inhale, back out, get more length. Exhale, move back in. Good, one more. Inhale up. Exhale, move in. Pause here. Good, inhale, bring yourself all the way upright, leading with the heart. Now take left leg, extend the left leg out to the side. So leg nice and straight, legs are grounded, strong and stable. We'll take this into our gate pose, Parigasana, or a lateral bend. So left fingertips to the outside of the leg. We inhale tall, lengthen both sides of the waist. And then like you're going up and over a barrel to the left, stretching the right side waist, the right side body. Inhale, bring yourself all the way upright and slide that left leg right back in. All right. I'm going to show you a couple of the poses that we'll do with the moon salutation, and then we'll kind of link it all together. We've already done little bits and pieces, but let's try this out. So start in goddess pose. So bring your legs out wide. Now, keep your left leg just like it is. Take your right leg and stretch it out. So it's similar to what we just did with gate pose, but in gate pose, we had the knee forward, right? So we're taking that knee out a little bit wider. Take your left forearm now and bring it down up on top of the knee. So as the forearm comes down, you press down so we keep the integrity of the left side waist, right? So you can see this nice long line from your outer right foot all the way up through the crown of the head. Now you can take this arm and reach it up or alongside the ear. So this would be side angle pose or Parsva Konasana. We've done this before in our chair practices. All right. So the next pose we'll explore a little bit. Take this top arm, the right one, lower it down. Bring the right hand to the hip. Now turn your torso toward the left knee, like you're looking down at the left toes, okay? Now we'll explore warrior one from here. So we're looking toward the left toes. Lift your chest up high, chest facing the left knee, and reach both arms up overhead. It's a variation of warrior one. Now, if we keep the legs just like they are, but open the arms out wide, we take warrior two. Beautiful. Our gaze is out past left fingertips. And now reverse warrior. So kind of like our gate pose, right hand to the back of the leg, left palm turns up and back. Beautiful. Inhale back all the way here and heel toe those feet all the way back in. Good. So we'll just try those poses out on the other side, and then we're going to link it all together and do the full moon salutation, okay? So start with your goddess legs, right? So the feet are out wide, knees are pointing the same direction as the toes. So let's keep the right knee where it is and extend the left leg out long. Right, so the first thing we'll do is the side angle pose. So bend the elbow, forearm comes down to the knee. So we press down, keep the integrity of the right side waist, and then either left arm goes up overhead or make that nice long line alongside the ear. Good. From warrior two, we take our bow. So bring the left hand down to the hip, turn your chest to look down at the floor to those right toes. Now we inhale, the chest lifts for warrior one. Chest still facing the same direction as the left knee and the arms lift up high. Chest is open. And now we open the arms wide for our warrior two. And then we take a reverse warrior, left hand to the back of the leg, right arm reaches up and back. And then we come all the way back in, transition like warrior two, arms come down and heel toe those feet all the way back in. All right, so we've kind of gone through all of the basics of what our seated moon salutation will be today. So you could see that we're using the legs quite a bit. We're staying completely grounded. So make sure as we move through in your body and your practice, you're pivoting the feet, right? That's going to help keep your knees safe and stay grounded. Use the legs as much as you can to really ground your energy so that we feel more of this freedom through the upper body. All right, so from the top, we start right here in the center, heels underneath your knees. We sit up tall. Let's take an inhale, stretch the arms up tall. We interlace the fingers except for the index fingers, so our temple mudra or Kali mudra. Now we'll take a crescent moon to your left first. So crescent moon to your left. Inhale up tall, and then crescent moon to your right. And then we inhale up tall. We're going to release the hands, heel toe those feet apart. Remember goddess. So goddess pose here. Now the left foot stays where it's at. The right one will extend out. Bring the forearm down on top of the knee. So the first pose is this side angle. From side angle, we take the bow. So the right hand will come down to the hip, look down toward those toes. Now warrior one, lift the chest, lift the heart, lift the arms, and then open the arms wide, warrior two. Now we take reverse warrior, right hand back, left arm lifts up and high. And then we come back through warrior two, return to goddess. So in the middle, goddess pose. And now we set up for the other side. So we'll do everything on the opposite side. Left knee or right knee stays where it's at, left leg extends. We go to side angle first. So side angle, remember the options with the upper arm. And then take the bow looking down. So the left arm comes down to the hip, looking down at those right toes. And now warrior one, lift the heart, lift the arms, legs strong. And then open wide, warrior two. And now reverse warrior, left arm down, right reaches high. And then we inhale, come back through center, heel toe those feet in goddess pose. And then come all the way back into center, interlace the hands again above the head. Now we'll take crescent moon the opposite direction to complete the cycle. So we take crescent moon to the right first, and then up tall, and then to the left. and up tall. And then lower the arms down, just like a big circle, like that big full moon. So we've done a half of a moon salutation. We're going to reverse it and complete that full moon salutation. All right, so back from the top, we'll take an inhale, stretch the arms up high. Now we're going to do everything the opposite. So we'll go to the right first. So lateral bend to the right and up tall, lateral bend to the left. Up tall, goddess pose. So elbows open or elbows bend, knees out wide. Now we take the side angle pose to your right first. Forearm comes down, left leg extends. Nice long angle. And then take your bow. Left hand comes down, looking at those right toes. Inhale up, warrior one. Open wide, warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Back to warrior two. And then walk everything back in. We've got our goddess pose in the center. And now we change sides. So the left knee stays where it's at. The right one extends. We take the side angle pose. Side angle to your left. Take the bow to your left. Right hand comes down, looking at the left toes. And then inhale up, warrior one. Open wide, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior two, then heel toe those feet in, find your goddess pose in the center. Inhale, walk the feet all the way back up, interlace. Now we complete the cycle by going left first, up tall, and then to the right. Back up tall and lower the arms all the way down. Yeah, hands come back to center. Just take a pause here. Soften and close your eyes. You can rest the hands down on the lap or on the legs if you like. And tune back in, not only to physical sensation, but just notice if any of that energy is shifting, maybe emotions, thoughts, maybe things are clearing out. And remind yourself of any intentions that you set today. Reminding ourselves that it's a two-sided coin. All right, what are you calling in? And what are you letting go of? What are you letting go of that no longer serves this intention, that doesn't support your greater good? All right, let's blink our eyes back open. So I'd like to go through the moon salutation one time again, all the way through side to side. So now that we've kind of learned all the movements, we'll be a little more fluid. So I'll try to guide you kind of in and out of each posture with the breath, okay? So we get this nice little flow going, all right? So reset everything, heels under your knees, sit up tall. Take an inhale, stretch the arms up high. So we start everything to the left. So interlace, crescent moon to your left first. And up, and then to the right. Up tall. So we take the lateral bend, so side angle to the, we got to go to goddess pose first. I was ahead of myself. Goddess pose, heel toe those feet apart. Now, left leg stays where it's at, right leg extends out for our side angle. Good, take your bow, looking down toward the left foot. Inhale up, warrior one. Open wide, warrior two. Take your reverse warrior up and over to the right. And then we come back to center. Goddess pose. And then we repeat everything the other direction. Right leg stays where it's at. Left one extends for the side angle. Take the bow, look down at the foot. Inhale, both arms reach high with the heart, warrior one. Open wide, warrior two. And reverse warrior. Good, back through to center. Heel toe those feet in, find your goddess pose. Inhale up tall, walk the feet all the way back in. Now we'll take our crescent moon to the right first, right? So we started to the left, now we finish to the right and then to the left. Good, up tall and lower the arms down. Good, so one more time. This time we'll start going to the right first, all right? Inhale up, interlace, crescent moon to your right. Up tall. Crescent moon to the left. Up tall. Take your goddess pose. So everything goes right first. So we take the side angle to the right, forearm down, left arm extends. And then take your bow, look down at the right foot. Inhale, lift the heart, warrior one. Open wide, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. And we kind of use warrior two as our transition, walking the feet in goddess pose back to center. And then we take this to the left. So left side angle, forearm down, the right leg extends. And then we bow to look down at the left foot. Inhale up to warrior one. Open wide, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. And warrior two, walk those feet in, find goddess once more. Inhale all the way up, heel toe the feet back into center. So we complete the cycle with a crescent moon to the left, up tall, and crescent moon to the right. And up tall. And then lower the arms all the way down. Let those hands rest back on top of the thighs. And once more, soften and close your eyes. Just tuning in. Moon salutations always make me smile. Please turn your awareness back into your breath. Just watching the breath as it moves in and as it moves out. And as my intention for our practice today is balance, I'd like to close our practice with a couple of minutes of Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. Right, so typically we'll use the right hand for this. So you'll fold over either the index and middle finger or the three middle fingers, using right thumb to close right nostril, left ring or pinky finger to close the left. All right, but let's start by just taking a couple of breaths just in and out through both nostrils. So inhale through both nostrils and exhale through both nostrils. Take a couple more breaths on your own and turn your attention to maybe the airflow between the two nostrils. You might sense that there's a little difference in airflow between the right and the left. Maybe it feels like one's a little more open than the other. Now, this is something that your body naturally just switches throughout the day. As one side of the nose is dominant, the other side, the tissues rest. Typically, when well, never mind. Never mind that little story. I stopped myself. So let's do some Nadi Shodhana to balance the breathing out, which is really great for grounding and as well for kind of balancing the right and left hemispheres of the brain. So let's inhale and take a breath in through both nostrils. And then using the right thumb, close your right nostril and exhale out of the left. Now stay on the left side and inhale again. Now close the left nostril and exhale out the right. Stay on the right side and inhale. Now change sides. Close the right nostril, exhale through the left. Inhale left nostril. Change sides. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Change sides. Close the right, exhale left. Good. Inhale left. Change sides, exhale right. Just keep following this pattern on your own. And if you get lost, don't worry. Just change sides after you inhale. One complete round is left to right, right to left. Take 2 more complete rounds on your own. And we finish with an exhale on the left side. When you're complete, return the hand back down to the thighs. Continue breathing. Return to breathing through both nostrils. Inhaling through both nostrils and exhaling through both nostrils. Breathing in and breathing out. And then as we prepare to close, join the hands in Anjali Mudra, palm against palm, and just remind yourself of the intention that you set earlier, as well as anything that you've decided you could let go of. What could you free yourself from today? And then as you bow into your chest in a gesture of gratitude, always closing with a little gratitude to yourself, gratitude for taking this really valuable time for you today. And as always, I thank you so much for sharing your practice. Namaste.